Alright, y'all already know the drill. New One Piece, I cover it. Let's get into it.
New episode of Peak Piece is here, and I'm gonna talk about it. Let's go. Wait, I like this new opening. It's pretty cool. It's as if Naruto and Bleach helped out One Piece for this one. Me personally, I'd say Egghead is 3 for 3 with its openings. Even though this opening is not my personal cup of tea, I just like Us and Angel the Devil a lot more. Also, Darling! Also, I skipped the previous episode, because I didn't care for it. Anyways, now, on to the video. The episode starts off with CGI water and CGI explosions? Toei, what the f*** is going on? I thought the whole point of the break was to up the animation, not to dwindle back down to using CGI that doesn't look that bad. But still, my point still stands. So we get to see some marine fodder holding up my glorious pirate king at gunpoint. And then one of them yells out, and my glorious pirate king responds with, wow, my glorious pirate king really called him fodder. What a sight to behold. And as the fodder loads up to shoot my goat, my glorious pirate king puffs up and finally digests all the food in his belly. Then the fodder starts to get afraid of my goat, while simultaneously getting shot at by their own navy allies. But amongst all the chaos and entropy, my glorious pirate king starts smiling. And amongst the marine fodder recovering and planning to capture him, he starts laughing. Oh nah, it's over for them. Then the fodder go to go and cuff my goat, but then the ground suddenly gets bouncy, and a wave of pure hockey emits from the smoke cloud, and then the fodder gets launched into the air, and oh no, get him away from me. If that was me, I would have probably shit myself. Is that what Kaido saw? Is that what Robert saw? Robert, I'd like to give you a sincere apology, because I'm pretty sure this Marine would have died if he saw what you saw. Man, the WG is kinda right. Luffy is a straight up Anyways, as my goat is laughing, we cut back into the air, and these are still falling. Toei, why? This is not Dressrosa. We are in Egghead. The pacing should have been fixed by now. And are those more CGI explosions? You know what? I'm just gonna let it go. But as the boys keep falling, Old Man Vega decides to come in clutch and radios Atlas to tell Bonnie something. And that something being, and with Bonnie's cries of desperation, the pacifistas lock in, turn around, and then get to unloading the clip and burning down marine ships. Nice. Then Old Man Vega gives some exposition on why this is happening. Because Kuma's a pacifista, one of Old Man Vega's biggest fears were seeing Bonnie get killed by a machine in her father's likeness. And the thought of a machine in Kuma's likeness killing Bonnie just wouldn't sit right with Old Man Vega's spirit. So to avoid that, Old Man Vega made some final adjustments so that every pacifista will obey Bonnie's command, so that her priority would be even above the Gorosei, so that her father will always be on her side. But this selfish decision would come with some major consequences. Damn. Now I would make a whole fuss about this, but Old Man Vega had like a year and an eternity to escape from Saturn. So if anything, it's Old Man Vega's fault. Anyways, as Saturn gives my favorite admiral the command, Chizuru pops up and begins shooting at our protagonists, tearing through their bodies left and right. Then my boy Sanji goes gunning in and jets in at Chizuru, but of course. But if it was Zoro versus Chizuru, they would have made a whole spectacle about it. But anyways, as Chizuru approaches Bonnie and Kuma, he says, as he is definitely hurting, look at that man's face. And Sanji tries to come to their rescue while running super fast and super slow at the same time. Like, what? And it looks like Chizuru is about to slice right through them. But then my glorious pirate king comes to steal the show and punches the shit out of my favorite admiral and sends him barreling towards the ground. Nice. And with his stomach full and power at maximum, my glorious pirate king is back in action, turning Egghead into his personal bounce house. And with Saturn feeling the consistency of the ground, he scoffs in disgust, realizing that he is here. Gear 5, Coke Boy. Yo. If you like what you're watching and you want to see more of it, hit like and subscribe. Alright, I'm done. Now back to the video. And with the ground made of rubber, everyone lands down all safe and sound. Well, not everyone, considering the fact that Old Man Vega got shanked. Then Bonnie and them proceeds to run up to Old Man Vega as he is dying from a punctured lung, or abdomen, or stomach. Look, bro, I don't know anatomy. Punctured something. Then Saturn pipes up and says, but then we hear them. The drums of liberation are firing off on all cylinders, and Egghead is bouncing around like your average African funeral. Oh, hey buddy, you're awake. Finally. Then we get another flashback. Oh my god, Nick, I don't care. I already got my fill of Kuma backstory. We're skipping this. Then Bonnie proceeds to look at my glorious pirate king in awe, as Old Man Vega says, Bonnie, I know you haven't connected the dots yet. It was like that with me too. I had to see it with my own eyes. Straw Hat Luffy, the young boy who caught Kuma's eye, was a legendary sun god Nika. Kuma was right. A buster call is a tame problem for him. People all over the world have been awaiting his arrival for hundreds of years. Alright, cut the music. Straw Hat, quit your laughing. I have a hole in my chest. Help me. And as Old Man Vega is dying and my glorious pirate king is cackling, we cut to the waters of Egghead, and we see a ship cruising through the Navy's fleet of ships, treating their cannonballs like they're mere flies. And the Marines are questioning who it is. And it's revealed to be the giant homies Dory and Broggy. Sound the Albathian war horns! And they pop out for the second time this arc and start bottling the Marine solder and starts landing on their ships like they're pure stepping stones. And then they say, also, this ending is pretty cool too. All in all, this episode wasn't bad. It has its issues, but it wasn't that bad. And the CGI doesn't look terrible. Probably used to save on animation budget, but I thought the episode was cool. You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations. Now like and subscribe for more content that you didn't ask for. Bye.